Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609 in downtown Burnet, Texas. It's spelled B-U-R-N-E-T. Looks like it would be pronounced Burnet, but it's Burnet, darn it. Can't you learn it? That's what they'll tell you. But anyway, the population of this little community is about 6,300. There's nobody downtown today, so I thought I'd take a walk around the square and show you a little bit of small town Texas hill country life. And to my right is a TJ Nails and Spa. And then there's some law offices straight ahead, but we're going to go take a walk all the way around the square, and you can see what I see. Can you see what I see? Away we go. There's my truck, my Ram pickup parked. Oh, this is the library. This is the public library here on the left. It's a huge building. But you know, in my opinion, which is worth just what you pay for it, nothing, libraries are dying. You know, the internet's killed them. You know, and Kindle books and all kind of stuff like that. But having said that, let's move along here, Rusty. You know, I bought me a phone holder so I could walk and hold it with one hand. Guess what? I forgot it. It's at the house. Here's some law offices, and it says small offices for rent. Okay, and you can imagine that the downtown areas in all these small towns are struggling because, you know, like here's a coffee shop, and the only people that they get probably as customers are the people that work downtown. And this looks like a real estate office or something. No, this is part of the coffee shop. They're open Monday through Saturday, looks like 7 to 5 p.m. Well, let's go, Rusty. There's KBEY, Texas Best Country, whatever that is. I don't even know. Yeah, I've listened to that, 103.9. Yeah. And let's go, Rusty. But anyway, this is to the right, facing, that would be facing west. This would be facing south. That would be facing north. And we're on Main Street. It says Burnet Historical District. And of course, every town has a square downtown. And there's usually a courthouse downtown. And of course, that's some city offices and stuff. And we'll go check that out in a minute. But here we go. Notice how busy it is downtown on Sunday. As in nobody, right? And here's an antique. You know, you want to get stuff before it's actually called an antique, don't you? Go to a garage sale or something. They got all kind of stuff. And that's what, now that is stuff personified. And here they got that's an old, I don't know what you call them, but anyway. And there's some old scales, I remember those, old wash tubs and stuff. But let's keep going, Rusty, keep going. Here's some antique information stuff. There's an old fire hat right there. You know, why do I do these videos? To give me something to do, to force me to get outside and do something. I'm 73 years old and I don't want to be sitting at home watching television, okay? 50% all item with a red slash, okay? How about that one? You know, everybody's a dreamer. Everybody wants to have their cute little shop downtown. How many of these survive? Very, very few. City of Burnet right here, 1883. This is a hysterical marker. I know it says historical. I know that. Hullum's Barbershop. God, have I been in old barbershops 100 times. You remember those old barber chairs? God, I remember I had a uncle, or a cousin, I guess it was. Somebody ran a barbershop when I was growing up in Kennedy, Texas. And he only had one eye. Yeah, and your hair looked like it when he got through. Kind of sloped to one side, you know what I mean? Because flat tops were in. And he gave you a slopey top, kind of sloped a little bit. Here, this is a little cafe too called the Candy Rush Emporium. And here's some free stuff, Reader's Choice and stuff. They always have these free publications and nobody ever picks them up and reads them. There's a salon, walk-ins welcome, help wanted. So if you're looking for a job in a salon, there's a place in Burnet, Texas for you. Here we go. All these old buildings pretty old, and of course this town was founded in 1883, so I would imagine some of these buildings go back pretty far. This is an old one right here. You know, they're all built with this limestone stuff because there's a lot of limestone in this area. Lots. You know, if you wanted to live in the quietest part of the community, downtown Burnet would probably be pretty nice. Okay, and we'll make all the way around the outside, and then we'll do well, I think we will. I said we will. Took us 4 minutes to get here. Well, get going, Rusty. Nobody's telling you to go slow. And what I'm fixing to do would be considered jaywalking, I think. There's the Iron Star Salon. This is Baylor Scott and White Clinic. Look at all these, look at all this stuff they've got outside here, pursuant to this. The Burnet Bulletin, established in the early 1870s. This weekly newspaper has been in continuous operation for more than 100 years. Very good. Pursuant to section of the Penal Code, I think can't carry a weapon in there, I guess. You got two signs. Apparently they're not too fond of weapons. It's dying out. All that stuff is all going away. Here's a little deal here. You know, knick-knack shops. And that is genuine stuff. Boys and Girls Club fundraiser, typical small town stuff. And yeah, you see these windows on all these stores like this. Well, see, in Kennedy, Texas, when I grew up, you could drive down the street and see the reflection of your car in the windows, okay? And boy, I used to wash my car, and then I'd go downtown, drive real slow and look at it in the windows, the reflection. Yes, amazing. The simple things we did in small towns. And this reminds me of Kennedy, Texas in a lot of ways. Only this town is 4 times as large as Kennedy was when I grew up in that area. Kennedy, 1 N, Kennedy, Texas. Downtown Burnet, guys, population about 6,400 population, I think, in that range. There's your new, looks like an oven. You want one? It's got a little clock on the top. Here's your Coke machine. And a bench and an old chair. You notice that nothing is chained down either, okay? Theft in this area is probably 0. Well, there's not enough population. You know, they got 6,300 and they're all, 6,200 of them are probably in church right now. Notice there's no downtown bars. Did you notice that? Okay. Now, tell you what we're going to have to do. This thing is what? We're at about 7 minutes. There's Carol Lee's Antiques and More. Let's go over here by the courthouse now. I don't want this thing to go too long. I just want, every time I come through this town, I hear a siren and a damn fire truck. I mean, every time. There's an old clock. Zoom a little bit. See the old clock right there? We used to have one in Kennedy too. It like that, an old clock right by the bank. The bank was called First Nichols National. And the night watchman got drunk one night and shot a hole through it. I love those sounds they make. But we are in downtown Burnet, Texas. We're just walking around the square. And they have a monument here to something on the, but you know, and then there's probably a sign somewhere that says don't walk on the grass, but if you want to come over and see the monument, you got to walk on the grass. City of Burnet, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'm walking on somebody's grave, I think. It says home of Texas Confederate General Adam R. Johnson. Joined the Army in 1861, da, 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 da. It's a memorial of Texans who served in the Confederacy. Well, they didn't take that one down, did they? And I bet you they won't. I'm glad to hear that. I don't think you ought to go back and erase our history. It was what it was. Leave it alone. And go on with your life. And here we go. This is the entry. Let's see. I don't know what buildings are in here. The first courthouse was a board construction in 1854. It was apparently burned down in 1874, and then this was built in 1935, 37, and in 2002 it was restored again. And I'm not sure what offices are in here. This is Burnet County Courthouse. Notice of control treatment, something, something, something. Okay. Got some nice little carvings here on the front, carved into granite. I'm sure somebody worked real hard at that and nobody ever looks at it. Okay, here's some more stuff. Burnet County Commissioner's Court, da 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 da. You know, this is where they post foreclosure sales too. And if you you know, if you want to get some good property, cheap property, if you're in with somebody in the tax office and you know when those foreclosures are going to be posted, you can go in first and check and see out where the property is and go check it out if it's something you're interested in. And when they post it for foreclosure, you can sometimes get a pretty good deal. Okay. Here we go, guys. And there's First State Bank of Burnet straight ahead. And we'll go over this way, and here's another plaque, and then I'll end this video because it's 10 minutes. But yeah, I just wanted to show you downtown Burnet. I know you haven't seen this one, I don't think. And this right here says, got two heads on it. This was the first two-headed baby in Burnet County. Right here. See the two heads? They were joined at the head. No, it's not. This is in memory of, let's see, in memory of the pioneer settlers, Burnet County, Samuel Hotham, 1848, blah, 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 blah. Fort Cochran, established here March 1849. Burnet County created February 5th, 1852. This was erected by the state of Texas in 1936. So this has been here since 1936. Cute. Go to a lot of work to do all this memorial stuff, and then nobody pays any attention to it. Let me get this zoomed out. There we go. And there's my truck, so we've made a complete circle. Here's one here. This is honoring those who served in the armed forces of the United States, home of the free because of the brave. Okay. Here's the deal. Right here, got a nice little saber and some flames and stuff. All made out of granite, well designed. Not a soul here in downtown Burnet, guys, I guarantee you. So with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is the library right here. It is called the Herman Browne Free Library. But when you go in there, and everything is free, I have to tell you. Well, you got to pay for copies and stuff. But it's a nice library. They got jillions of books, but nobody hardly ever checks them out anymore. And having said that, from Burnet, Texas, guys, this is Rusty 78609 saying thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want, but if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Well, I don't know why. Well, because I get a small commission and it doesn't cost you a penny. And if you don't want to fool with it, don't. You know, I know a lot of people don't want to fool with it. I don't blame you. I'm the same way. But it helps. So if you think about it, do it. If you don't want to fool with it, don't. What else? Drink plenty of water, stretch, walk, keep your health. You know, get out, and that way you'll want to get out and about like this. You know, and it's really nice. Even though there's nobody here, it's just me, and I'm walking around doing a semi-video, I guess. It's still fun to be out and about. It's a beautiful day here in Central Texas. It's a spring day. The birds are chirping. I mean, you know, the temperature right now is probably about 70. You got a little breeze out of the southeast. What can I say? You know, you don't want to be in, I didn't want to be indoors, okay? So anyway, thumbs up, guys. Adios, bye-bye.